Hey, I'm Rob Brown, Superintendent of Lumpkin County Schools in Dahlonega, Georgia. What we have right now is a very thriving athletic program, and we credit a lot of that success that we're having right now to our partnership with A Better Way, trying to train up and prepare our coaches to have difficult conversations and to have positive outcomes from those conversations. If you are truly trying to generate a group of students who are lifelong learners, we should emulate and reflect that ourselves. There's no difference in the classroom teacher becoming professionally developed to a higher level or a coach getting that professional learning that's going to help them perform at a higher level. We've just not had a whole lot of focus in our profession over the last couple decades that I've been in school leadership. We've not had any focus that's concentrated on preparing our coaches to do a better job communicating with kids, communicating with parents, and ultimately having better results. We are so results focused that we forget we have to build the foundation that helps them achieve successful outcomes. A Better Way has helped us reframe our mindset, and not just me as a superintendent, not the principal who's a former head football coach at the high school level, not just our athletic director who's a former head football coach, but all of us, every single coach and every single program has shifted their mindset to trying to find a better way. The whole concept of the name lends itself to the benefit of the program and the partnership. When we start looking at our successes over the last few years since we partnered with A Better Way, I have far fewer phone calls. As a matter of fact, I've not received a single athletic related complaint in the last 8 months. And I attribute that because our coaches are doing such a better job. And I'm telling you, in our athletic program, we were putting out fires constantly. I've been here, this is my 8th year in the school system. And until we partnered with A Better Way, we were firemen when it came to athletics. And the partnership has helped to shift those mindsets, and we're seeing results on the ball field. Our entire theme for our school system is better every day this year. And the reason is because A Better Way inspired us that we have room to improve in every aspect. And we're seeing results across the board in every athletic program, in every fine arts program. Our band just won a huge competition. And again, educators who are buying in to A Better Way and using the strategies that are provided for them. I had a 25-year veteran head coach in our school system come up to me last week and talk to me about the value that A Better Way is provided for her and the mind shift that she's going through, and thanked me for bringing A Better Way into our school system because of what it's done for her. And this is a veteran, very, very successful, who is thanking me for bringing a program to Lumpkin County that's helping her communicate with her athletes and with her parents and to do a better job and get better results. That's what it's all about, helping our kids excel and achieve at the highest levels they can. When we talk about an investment, we talk about where is that money going? And are we putting money into things that are part of our strategic plan? In our strategic plan, we incorporate everything that students are going to participate in, from the English classroom to the ball field. It doesn't matter. If our kids are participating and we believe in the value that that particular subject or that particular activity has for our kids, we're going to invest in it. If you have money in your professional learning budget and you are focusing on literacy only, or you're focusing on numeracy, or whatever your focus may be, and you're leaving out other areas, you're devaluing those areas. For us, we believe all students need a productive and successful path so that they will be contributing citizens down the road in our community. We believe that athletics has a piece in that. Our partnership with A Better Way Athletics is not just about athletics. We've had just as much benefit in our band and choral and fine arts programs, and the leadership and the organizational communication that those leaders are having day in and day out with their kids has benefited us more than you can possibly imagine. Any superintendent or principal who's talking about, well, I'm not sure if we should spend this money, just ask yourself, are your kids worth investing in? When you invest in training your people to do a better job, your kids will reap the rewards. Our partnership with A Better Way, number one, helps all of our coaches in every single sport. It helps them frame their expectations. It helps them frame what they have going on to succeed succeed in their area. And truthfully, it wasn't until we partnered with A Better Way Athletics that our coaches started seeing, hey, we have a choice to turn something that has been a very negative aspect of this school system into something positive for our kids. The small investment that it really is in the big scheme of things. I mean, we have a $52 million budget. Quite frankly, a $5,000 or $10,000 item, whether it's penciled in with a certain name or not, is not a big lick in your budget. It just comes down to, are you willing to invest in your people? Well, I think where we have failed in my 28 years of education, as I reflect back, we're always focused on hiring people, and we want to hire good people. And when we hire those good people, we think they have all the tools and skills they need to be successful. We forget that we need to continue investing and developing those people so that they can be better and so that they can continue to evolve into being a greater leader. You hire people into positions, we hire them, we hope they're going to do well. If they don't, then we have a lot of headaches as a result of that. You can look across every state at some point during the year, you'll have the witches come out and want the coach gone for whatever sport it may be. And along the way, one question, what have you done to invest and to help this coach avoid this terrible outcome? And if we've not invested in our coaches, then we should be carrying part of that blame. Call it a high school principal. There's no busier job in a school system day in, day out than being a high school principal. And 99% of their time, they're dealing with somebody in their school, whether it be a student or a staff member, who's not met the expectation for whatever it may be. They invest all that time in putting out fires rather than preventing fires. This program has helped us not only establish a mindset and an expectation in our schools and with our parents, but it's helped to provide a guide for our coaches on how to deal with those issues so that those little sparks don't turn into fires, and so that our principal at the end of the day can focus his time, effort, and energy on some other things in the building. I've been through the OCR and the Title IX process, and they're constantly looking at what have you done? What have you done to prevent something from happening? Trying to limit the district's exposure. Nobody's out there training people on managing and monitoring and preventing risk. It's always an after the fact on, well, who was in there and why wasn't so-and-so in there? We don't do a very good job. We tell people, don't leave your kids alone unsupervised. Don't leave them unsupervised. We don't do anything proactively ahead of time. And that's going to be the first question asked when something bad happens. And if something happens, it takes one incident to give the community, the school, and every employee involved a terrible black eye. And they're going to ask the first question, what did you do to prevent this? And if you can sit there across the table and say, well, here's what we did. We trained all of our coaches and we trained our staff and we did this and we did, trying to help them know the proper procedures and protocols to take and to communicate with their kids on what to do and what not to do and what's acceptable behavior and what's unacceptable. That sure helps you get started in your defense much better than, well, we told them not to leave their kids unsupervised.